NFL as we switch gears to Steelers mini camp where Aaron Rodgers appears to be a happy man in Pittsburgh. He told the media yesterday he got married a few months ago, still searching, and that he chose the Steelers because it will be good for his soul, and it was them or retire. His OC and top wide receiver spoke about him today.
You're talking about one of the all-time great quarterbacks and the things he's accomplished in this league. Really enjoyed, obviously getting to know him as a, the player-coach relationship and football stuff. Just really excited to have him here.
Just how cerebral he is and how he views the game. I like the way he views the game, from a receiver standpoint, but also from a quarterback standpoint. I think I can gain a lot of knowledge just from being around him because he's seen a lot of football. So just trying to soak up as much information and ball as I can.
All right, for more on NFL minicamps, we have two-time Super Bowl champion Booger McFarland joining us now. Okay, so comparing this team to last year's team, is the Steelers team better, worse, or the same?
Oh, there's no question. This team is absolutely better because if you consider last year, they were dealing with Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, and they were up and down and very inconsistent. They couldn't throw the ball sometimes. Russell could only throw the ball to the outside of the field. Justin Fields sometimes couldn't throw it at all. So now you bring in a guy who's a four-time MVP, a first-ballot Hall of Famer. He's a Super Bowl champion. Yeah, he's 41 years old, and he's limited athletically, but Aaron Rodgers can still throw the football, especially if you protect him. So I think if you're Arthur Smith and you're the offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got to make sure, number one, he's protected. Number two, that you guys get on the same page as far as what type of offense you're going to run. And then thirdly, I think Omar Khan, the GM, would appreciate it if y'all threw the ball to the $30 million receiver in DK Metcalf. But long-winded way of saying he is clearly an upgrade over what they had last season. And quite frankly, it's not even close.
And he seems to be coming in at a good headspace.
Yeah.
He's saying all the right things in the press conference. Teammates are saying all the right things. So we'll see what happens as we go through minicamp. And then training camp, Boog, is now we're going to play a game called What Are They Talking About? We are going to play you a soundbite.
Okay.
We're going to take the subject out of the soundbite, and you've got to try to guess what they're saying. The first one's from Jim Harbaugh. Take a listen.
I like a resume, it kind of reminds me like a general. Any playoff appearance, if they're captain, it's on there. If they have any NFL record.
What is Jim Harbaugh talking about?
I mean, it kind of sounds like he's talking about like if you were to create, like each player had like a scroll of their accomplishments or something. I'm not, other than that, I'm really not sure what he's trying to create and throwing it across the shoulder. Maybe it's like one of those things for like the Miss America pageant where they put the thing around you because he's throwing it over his shoulder.
You know what? Not a bad guess.
Maybe that's what it is. I have no idea.
He was talking about patches on the practice jerseys to commemorate players' accomplishments. That was a bad one.
That's pretty good. All right,
okay,
the next one.
Similar, I guess.
The next one is Kirk Cousins. He's going to tell us something. Let's listen.
1 to 10, I thought I was at an 8, and I was really back at a 3 or 4, and now I'm getting back to that 6, 7, and an 8.
6, 7. All right, Booger, what is he talking about?
He's talking about his golf swing.
Yes.
He thought he was at a 10. He hit one good drive down the fairway. He says, you know what? I'm at a 10. And guess what? He played the rest of the round. He realized he was at a 3. And now he's getting back. He's trying to figure it out. It's like anybody's golf swing. Just go talk to Rory McIlroy. He thought he was at a 10 at the Masters. After he missed the cut at the RBC Canadian Open, he realized he was at a 3. Which Rory is going to show up at Oakmont this week? We got no idea.
I was like, if I know Boog, he's going to go as Kirk Cousins.
You knew where he was going.
handicappers.
Yeah. He's actually talking about his health, but it's close.
The health of his swing. Booger, you're the best. Good guesses, bud.
Joining us now in a Pittsburgh state of mind with that Oakmont polo ready to go for his golf analysis, not on this show, but somewhere else. Boog, how do you see this fit here with Rodgers in this offense in Pittsburgh?
Kevin, I'm going to put this in terms in which you know nothing about. See, the common folk like me and everyone else, you can go to Walmart and get a suit, and it may fit, but it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be tailored. It's not going to be super 140s. that's similar to the fit of Aaron Rodgers and this Arthur Smith offense. Yeah, they're going to make it work, but is it tailor-made for what Aaron Rodgers really likes as far as a wide-open offense? No. Arthur Smith, we know, wants to run the football, play action pass, and get the football down the field. That's not what Aaron Rodgers is used to doing. Aaron Rodgers wants to be able to have static offense and dictate to the defense what they can do. But I got to think Arthur Smith is a really good coach. He's been in the league a long time. I think he and Aaron Rodgers are going to morph what they know from each other and put it together, and I think they'll be able to get an offense. But make no mistake about it, it's not a perfect fit. It's not like one of those suits you have on right now. It's not tailored to the T, but they will figure out a way, just like us common folk do when we go to Walmart to get a suit. We figure out a way to make it work.
By the way, for everyone at home, his favorite item at Walmart is a reversible belt. Trust me, he talks about it all the time.
It's the best thing.
According to ESPN Bet, Pittsburgh win total is set at 8.5 right now. All right, let's talk about the Jaguars. Mandatory minicamp returns. Second overall pick, Travis Hunter, is playing both sides now. The Heisman winner likes it, learning the playbooks for both. He spoke today about his experience so far in Jacksonville.
It's been very easy for me. You know, the guys come in and I bring the juice every day. I always got a smile on my face, making everyone laugh when I get the chance. So we just have been fun, having fun, and just being kids out here just loving and living our dream. Going to work, that's all it's been. Me and him going to work, Coach Bennett going to work. We just been doing our thing.
But when you look at this roster, the Jaguars could certainly use Hunter on both sides of the ball. How much do you expect to see him play on both sides this upcoming fall?
Well, first of all, number one, I just love his enthusiasm, Kev. For a young man to be that excited, have a smile on his face, more people should go to work like that more often. But as far as the question you asked, I think he should start on offense, Kev, the way they've started him, but they got to mix him in more on defense. It seems like so far during the OTAs and the mini camp, he's primarily been on offense with a sprinkle of defense. We have something that we've never seen before. They call him a unicorn. His ability to start on offense and play on defense, I think they have to utilize and take advantage of it. His ball skills are some of the rarest ball skills we've ever seen, Kev. And I think the Jacksonville Jaguars would do their team and their fan base a disservice if you don't get this young man around the ball as much as possible.
And by the way, his best sport may be outside of football, maybe fishing, because he's such an avid fisherman. He loves being outside, just a great young man. Hunter went after #1 overall pick Cam Ward of Tennessee. How about this? Titans head coach Brian Callahan said earlier he's impressed with Ward's ability to trash talk, receiving and executing the play call. What are your expectations with Ward in season 1 in Tennessee?
You know, Kev, if you watch him, he reminds you a little bit of Jayden because his poise, his calmness, his ability to throw the football from the pocket. And he's an underrated athlete with his ability to move inside and out of the pocket also. He's not going to run around like Jayden Daniels or Lamar Jackson, but I do think the sky's the limit for Cam Ward, Kev. If you looked at the quarterbacks coming out of this year's draft, he may not have had the biggest arm, he may not be the biggest or the fastest, but from a poise, a leadership, and a maturity standpoint, I think when you put that package together, I think the highest ceiling so far from a rookie standpoint this season is probably going to be with Cam Ward. I expect him to do really, really well there in Tennessee.
All right, fantastic football analysis. If you want Boog's golf analysis, go to ESPN The Ocho. You'll get it there. Boog,
Scotty Scheffler. Hey, if you want my golf analysis, Scotty Scheffler should win. Really simple.
I mean, literally everybody could say Scotty Scheffler. Thanks a lot, Boog. Yeah, way to go out there.
It's CBS Sports HQ. Chris Hassel, Amanda Guerra, and Danny Cannell already on set because he's going to help us settle a newsroom debate that we've had today. Split 50-50.
No, don't start with that.
Who's more athletic? The best basketball players or the best hockey players?
I think it's easy. I think it's a no-brainer. It's basketball players. It's NBA players.
Same.
Now,
and Amanda's on the other end of this.
And I don't want to diss hockey players. They're the toughest. What they do and the way they put their bodies on the line and they lay down to stop the puck when it's coming in, incredible. And it's not like they're not athletic. But NBA players might be the most athletic of any professional sport, including football.
I'm telling you, this was the most spirited debate I have ever heard in the newsroom. And it really was 50-50 because of idiots like Amanda saying it's hockey.
Look, I'm not even going to get into it. We're 27 seconds into the show, so
I'm going to get into what we are here to talk about with our former quarterback. Yes, which is football. We're going to start with the Browns because apparently they are far away from naming a starting quarterback for week 1, which makes sense. They have probably the weirdest quarterback room. They have Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shamar Stewart, because we're going to talk about him later. Shedeur Sanders here. So far, Shedeur Sanders not taking as many first reps as those other guys. A lot of people don't think Kenny Pickett may be there at the beginning of week 1. Where do you stand on this quarterback situation?
Somebody's going to be the odd man out. They're not keeping 4. That's just unheard of in the NFL. So I agree with you. I think Kenny Pickett probably has the biggest uphill battle to climb here. But I think Shedeur Sanders is in a phenomenal position. I think he should be pumped up that they're saying, hey, we're not ready to name a starter yet. It's most likely going to be Joe Flacco. That's why they brought him in. He's somebody who brings some stability, who can run a system. He's been around the league for so long. But I don't think that means he'll be the guy from start to finish. And Shedeur, by all accounts, all the controversy, all the conversation that happened during the draft and afterwards, I think he's handled himself better than anybody. He hasn't complained. He's gone in there with the right mindset. By all accounts, he's impressing. He's played in a lot of different systems. He's had to pick up